Last part, folks. It's all a charade with a very real impact. If you think there was a real battle on Capitol Hill over healthcare, think again. Butler Schaefer recently made it clear on his LouRockwell.com article the recently enacted government healthcare grab was accompanied by the kind of legerdemain that would make Harry Houdini smile. While congressmen met behind closed doors to rehearse their scripts, not unlike professional wrestlers or magicians practicing their routines, a few would ascend their media purchase to assure their constituencies that they would not allow some trivial measures to become part of the legislation. Government-funded abortions was settled upon as the detractor, thus allowing the public to lose sight of the greater wrong of state-defined and state-controlled medical practice. If the abortion question had not been available to substitute for colored scarves, the issue of government-funded breast augmentation or tattoo removal would have been snuffed. Can't you envision Wolf Blitzer turning his Situation Room into a debating platform for either of these alternatives, or of Glenn Beck bloviating on the implications of allowing a man to have an American flag tattoo removed from his chest at government expense? How many times have you sat in front of your TV set to watch one of those too close to call state power expending measures being voted upon by Congress, only to have the proposed legislation sneak through by 5 or 6 votes? Did you truly expect otherwise? Do you think this charade was not carefully orchestrated long before C-SPAN arrived on the scene? Do you really expect Attila the Great to lose his bout to Jack Armstrong, the All-American boy, an outcome that would likely have precluded you from attending next week's rematch? Just how orchestrated was the health care debate? As soon as the law passed, President Obama made a clear and deliberate step to the right by overturning the executive order to ban offshore drilling. Obama has about 6 months to make the country think he's really governing from the middle. So far, he's been far left on every move he's made. To avoid a massacre in the November elections, expect to see him throw the right a few more bones with bipartisan support. The real reason Obama had to rush the health care vote is that he needed enough time to sell the new law and make enough center-right moves that people will forget how far left he really is. Americans have short memories. By the time November rolls around, all they'll see is a moderate Obama. If he can't stop the massacre this year, he'll do everything he can to save his own job in 2012. It's orchestrated as well as a premier symphony. And the music you're hearing is the March of Total Control. Judge Napolitano said it well. I believe we have one-party system here in the country called the Big Government Party. There's a Republican branch that likes war and deficits and assaulting civil liberties. There's the Democratic branch that likes welfare and taxes and assaulting commercial liberties. And both parties conspire to build government into a massive power-grabbing, liberty-hating, warmongering behemoth. Each party's losses are largely illusionary. The real loser is you. Conclusion. America has been edging closer and closer to the precipice of government takeover for decades. Since the progressive income tax passed over 100 years ago, each president and Congress takes us one step closer. Even conservative stalwarts like Reagan took us closer to the edge. But in the last 2 years, your representatives have pushed us over the edge. We are now diving headfirst into the pit of socialism and fascism. To ensure there is no safety net, a massive police state is growing in the halls of the IRS. No one is exempt from the totalitarian control. Individuals, corporations, and even local and state governments are about to come under the arm of the federal government. What our founding fathers feared most is occurring before our eyes. What can you do about it? Continue to fight this monstrosity. There's a short window of opportunity to repeal the health care law. Tensions are high, and it's fresh on everyone's mind. Once the law settles in and people get used to it, our opportunity to repeal it will go away. So the election this November is very important. The only way the massive move toward global government control will stop is for people around the world to stand up and demand liberty. And Americans need to lead this fight against our own government. If you live in a district with a traitor to the Constitution, vote him out. Run for office if you have to, but fight the candidates who will stand up for the Constitution, for our inalienable rights granted to us by our Creator. Unless government understands where our rights come from, they won't respect them. As Judge Napolitano indicated, even a Republican landslide doesn't guarantee the law will be repealed. So you have to look out for your own health and find ways to provide health care for your family in the future. We still have good health care here, but that won't last forever. Start looking for clinics outside the U.S., especially in Latin America and the Caribbean. While the healthcare systems as a whole in these countries aren't up to U.S. standards, many individual facilities are, and the rest will likely begin to improve quickly. Don't wait until the changes occur. Take action now. It could save your life, or the life of your child or grandchild. Just a little something to think about, folks. This is a monstrosity, this law. Peace.